everyone, and welcome back to my channel with this little smiler. I'm back for Daisy's 5-month update, so if you would like to know more and you might notice something different about her, then keep watching. So today is the 21st of September and this little buggerlugs is 5 months old exactly today. We are sporting just a nappy and a drooly dribbly top because that is how we roll in this house, isn't it, Day? Isn't it, Day? Yeah? I love you. So I'm going to get right into it because obviously there's a really big difference about Daisy, and that is that she doesn't have an NG tube anymore. And if you watch my latest vlog, then you might know that we were very noisy. You might know that we were in the process of getting it removed, hopefully, or seeing what she does without it. And basically what happened is on Saturday we were about to go to IKEA, and then this little rat bag decided to pull her tube out, which is nothing unusual. It happens, it's fine, it's quite rare. And I rang up the community team and I said, look, right, here's the thing, she's pulled a tube out, but we're not actually tube feeding her during the day anymore. We only feed her once at night when she's asleep. So are you available to come later, because we'd really like to get out and, you know, got stuff to do. And they were like, well, it doesn't even matter if we come now or later, we're too busy today because someone's off sick, so you would have to come into hospital. But if she's only having one feed at night, why don't you use this as an opportunity to just see how she does overnight without a feed through a tube, and if she wakes up, you can try bottle feeding her instead and see how she does. So I was like, are you serious? And I started welling up on the phone, and I was trying to sound really cool because I didn't want her to like go, actually on second thought you sound like a lunatic, so let's not do that and bring your baby into hospital because you're clearly a Looney Tune. So she was like, yeah, no, go for it, just see how you go. And then if you're worried about her at any point, or she doesn't do enough wet nappies, or she is unhappy, or or she seems dehydrated, or you can't get any fluids, then bring her right into hospital and then we can put it right back in. So no problem, go for it, see what happens. So we did it. And that first day she took, how many? It was 23 ounces orally, which, you know, normally she would have 30. But we had just introduced 3 meals a day, so it would be 30 with like 2, maybe 1 meal a day. So with 3 meals a day is like quite a big difference. We were mixing milk into her food anyway, which is why we were able to not tube feed her during the day. And then they rang up the next day, said how's she doing, and told them, and they said, oh my god, that's great, let's see how it goes for another day, see what happens. So that next day she took 27 ounces, and bearing in mind that babies when they're weaning are only supposed to take about between like 17 and 20, about 500 to 600 mil a day is normal when they're having 3 meals. She was having well above that, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing, this actually might be working. And then they rang us up the next day and said how's she done, and I explained she's doing really well, and they were like, right, well, have a chat with your cleft nurse, let us know what she says, but from our perspective she can keep it out and we'll just ring you once a week, or if you need us, ring us, but then after a while we'll just stop and you're done and you're free, and she is like your normal little baby. And I spoke to Diane, our class nurse, and she was like, oh my gosh, that sounds like she's done amazingly and very early, and she's done really well, so just keep it out, like, you know, it's gonna happen at some point. She's done it early, but that's an amazing thing, so just go for it. And then if you've got any problems, then just ring me or ring the community team and we'll go from there. And it is now, so that was Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and it's now Wednesday, and she has done absolutely amazingly, haven't you? Yes, definitely. She now has like a dream feed at night at 10, which is amazing. It is, it's amazing. You just got spit all over my face, thank you very much. Because like, people go on about breast versus bottle, and one's natural and beautiful and the other one's just a bottle. But like, honestly, shut up and try bloody tube feeding, because it is not any of those things. It is so clinical, there's no bond there, it's hard, it's stressful, you worry that the tube's gone into her lungs and it's gonna like drown her with milk, you worry that like she's not getting enough, you worry that it's never gonna come out. And I like sat on my bed and I didn't breastfeed and I sat on my bed and I bottle fed my little girl some milk that I had expressed from ages ago out the freezer, and I just thought, you know what, this is so like lovely, and it's just as special. And tube feeding was special too, because it was the one thing that was keeping our baby alive, and obviously that's really important, but it just feels amazing. I feel like her mum. I don't feel like a carer anymore. I don't have to take these extra things out with us, and I don't have to worry, and we can go to the shops and no one stops and asks me what's wrong with my baby, and that's amazing. I went out and no one said a word, and when we went to IKEA, the only people that stopped us were to say that she was really cute, and that was it. And there was no like chit chat or me having to force a smile and try and explain everything, and we just felt like we could disappear into the world, which is all you want. Like, I don't want to stand out with my baby all the time. I just want to get on with my life, and I want to be invisible sometimes, and I want to feel like normal sometimes. And it's not that Daisy isn't normal, because, you know, are any of us, but, you know, tube feeding isn't a like the thing that you expect to do when you have a baby. When you have a baby, you start to dream when they're in your belly, and you start to imagine what they're going to look like and who they're going to take after, and whether they'll see their name, and what colour the hair they'll have and eyes they'll have, and whether you'll be able to breastfeed, and like whether or not they'll sleep well, and whether the siblings will get on. And you start to imagine this life. And at the weekend I turned around and said to Mark while we were walking through the park, and just said, like, I feel like we're finally living the life that we were supposed to be living, or the life that I expected to be living. And I would not change these past 5 months at all. Wouldn't change a thing, because I absolutely love my daughter and I'm so proud of her. But it feels really, really good to be here, and I'm not even going to lie about that, because I think it's important, you know, if there are any other parents out there that are watching this because their baby's got PRS or a cleft palate or a feeding tube, and like, you know, it does get better eventually, and sometimes it takes longer, sometimes it takes less time, sometimes you'll feel like it's never ever going to get better, and then all of a sudden your baby surprises you and they get bigger and stronger. And I used to say that I didn't want Daisy to grow up, and I didn't want her to get bigger, and I didn't want her to be all strong and smiley, and I just wanted you to be a curled up little bug on my chest. But the bigger you get, the stronger you get, and the happier you get, and that makes me happy, doesn't it? You're so happy today. So enough of the emotion now, but on to her like development. She's obviously been rolling over for a while now. I think she rolled over and then over again before, but I kind of half missed it because I was tidying up while she was doing it. But I'm pretty sure she did. I'm also pretty sure, if this top is anything to go by, that she is teething. So we need to get you some teething stuff in. We've got like Calpol and that, but we need some other things to deal with that, because I'm sure it's going to be hell. And she's in her own bedroom now, which is a really big deal for us, given that, you know, once upon a time she slept by my side and I would panic at every noise her monitor would make in case, like, you know, she wasn't breathing. But we felt like it was time. She was too big for her snooze pod, which, by the way, we absolutely loved and would recommend to anybody, and we're going to save it for baby number 3 if we are blessed enough to be able to have another. But she sleeps so much better in there, and we sleep better in our room, and we've been able to like reconnect as a couple, which sounds really silly, but she goes to bed in her bedroom at the same time as Bill after a bottle, and we don't hear a peep of her then until about 10 to 6 o'clock, and I don't really mind because I've had such a good night's sleep that is enough for me. And we're able to, like, you know, watch a movie downstairs. It's really noisy, and we're able to chat, and we're able to, like, you know, do stuff like sex and whatever, and it's not like, oh, there's a baby in the room. And it's nice, it's been good for us, it's been healthy for us to have like couple time, and I think she's enjoying it as well. She absolutely loves the nursery, and I'm going to do a tour very soon because the last thing that I've ordered has come and I feel like it's done now, so I'm going to be sharing that soon. I just need to tidy it a little bit and give it a hoover, so I'll try and get that done within the next week or so. Weaning's going really well. As I said, she's having 3 meals a day, and we are mixing milk into those at the moment, but to be honest, she's having that much milk now, whether it's like in a bottle or in a food, that we can probably start going back more onto like vegetables without milk, or like, you know, food without milk, and like less porridge and more like fruits and stuff, because she's just doing really, really well. Yeah, I'm really excited now. I've always been excited. I've always looked ahead and looked forward to the future in every sense of the phrase. You know, because it's her first Halloween, it's her first like bonfire night. I'm gonna have to get those little like baby noise cancelling headphones, because we always go to like the firework. Oh, Paddy knew that was the weirdest noise. We always go to our firework display, which is like nearest to our house, and it's gonna be her first Christmas. And you know, surgery is going to come up at some point, and I'm nervous about that, but for now I feel like we've got enough time to sort of just forget about it and leave it in the future rather than worrying about it right now. But we're all really happy, we're all doing really well, and I hope that this means I can heal myself a little bit more now, and I can start to feel better about the situation, the way things have worked out. So shall we say goodbye? Ow. Oh no, you've got so much spit on those hands. I love you too, but that's my eyeball. You've got a snotty nose, haven't you? That's another thing, when you feed a baby with a cleft palate, she obviously has a hole going up through her nose, so we do sneeze food at mummy sometimes, don't we? Do we sneeze food at mama? Do we sneeze food at mama? So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time for 6 months hopefully, and everything will still be going well, fingers crossed. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.